Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today for Sunday, May 19th. This is the day after the Preakness, and Preakness Day was not kind to me, nor was the picks over at Santa Anita, so I'm dusting myself off, turning the page, and living to fight another day. So hope everyone else will do this too. As horse players, we can never worry about a bad day the day before or week before, because we're not going to change that. So let's just move on and hope that today is a better day. So I've got some picks here at Santa Anita and also a late pick 5. Santa Anita's kind of got a light card, but we'll see if we could scratch out a pick 5 and get a win out of here. So let's go to the 5th race. This starts the late pick 5. It is the feature on the day. It's the Desert Code running down the hill for 3-year-olds. Nice field of horses they assembled for this 6.5 grass race. Desert Code, of course, was the Breeders' Cup winner several years ago when they used to run that down the hill. When Santa Anita would host a Breeders' Cup, I remember Richie Migliori came storming home on a big price that day. But I've got 2 horses here in the Desert Code. I've got the one Guy Named Joe. Guy Named Joe ran well at Santa Anita, tried his craft at the El Camino Real Derby, ended up coming third that day to Endlessly. And Endlessly is a very nice horse who ran very well in turf races, also won the El Camino Real, and then also ran in the Kentucky Derby, but, finished halfway through the fields, not a dirt horse. But anyway, Guy Named Joe is cutting back in distance. They sent him over to Keeneland for the Transylvania at 1 mile and a 16th, and the horse didn't do much there, but I think the move back to California could help here. So I've got the one Guy Named Joe, and then I've got the 2 horse who is King of Gosford. Now, King of Gosford really is a nice horse. This horse is 2 for 2 here in the United States after coming over from Ireland into the Phil D'Amato barn. Horse won one of those flat grass races at 6 furlongs very nicely, an allowance race, and then moved into stakes company down the hill and really ran a big race, I felt, in the John Shear. This horse broke really poorly and could have just kind of phoned it in and had a good excuse on why the horse lost. But the horse ended up pushing up, getting towards the lead, and held everyone off. Ran with a lot of energy. I thought the horse ran very nicely. Makes me think like this horse may not just need to be on the lead to win races, but certainly could stalk and pounce. So I've got the 1 and the 2. That's Guy Named Joe and King of Gosford. Now let's move over to the next race, who is this is the 6th race. This is a 6 furlong, 16,000 claiming race. If you're looking to make a bigger ticket and you want to put all, be my guest. I'm just not going to spend that much today on Santa Anita. I just don't know if it's worth it. There's a field of horses that just don't really like to win, and you just have to hope that you catch them on the right day, that they might be feeling okay and can get up there. So I'm putting 2 horses in here. I've got the 2 horses Tap It Do for the Steve Knapp barn. Now, Knapp really started the meet very cold. Ended up winning 3 races in a row on Friday, so that moved up the Barnes percentage. And I don't recall if he won anything yesterday, but certainly maybe the Knapp barn is heating up here. So I've got the 2 horses Tap It Do. That's 5-2 in the program, and then I'm going to put the 6 horse who is Bella Ranella. This horse is 2-1. This horse has definitely had some success at Santa Anita in her history. Last year she had a really good year, but she was in the barns of some questionable trainers who got suspended. So I don't know what those folks were doing there. But this horse shows 2 wins, and they disqualified from purse money, so it doesn't count as her win. So I don't know. But this horse shows a couple races this year. Just some even efforts running against better. So I think the drop in class probably would be the recipe here. This horse is 2-1, so certainly no secret. So I've got the 2 and the 6 here. Now let's move over to the 7th race. The 7th race is a marathon, 1.25 miles on the grass, which those are always nice to watch. They come down the hill and go around. Those are nice at Santa Anita. I've got 2 horses in this race. This is a allowance, non-winner of 1. I've got the 1 who is Calm Sea with Umberto Rispoli. This horse has been running at Santa Anita in these same level races, has run twice at this 1.25 miles, and ran up close to the lead and on the lead and ended up coming second. So I think this certainly puts this horse in play here in this race. Looks to me like a weaker field than what he's been running with. So got the 1 horse who is Calm Sea at 5-2, and then I've got the 3 horse who is One of These Days for Phil D'Amato. This horse has also run a few times here at the same level, 1 mile run a mile on the grass, and also ran a mile and a quarter. Ran with Calm C. Calm C came second that race, and One of These Days came third. In watching that race, I felt like One of These Days needed the race. It'd been kind of a little bit of a layoff, running from January to April, and then that was the second race off the layoff, and I just felt like this horse might have needed the race and could improve here. This horse is 4-1. I'm also going to make a win bet on this horse. Antonio Fresu takes the call, and we've seen Fresu really ride well and beat these guys. And when he gets good horses, he can really ride and get horses to the wire. So I've got One of These Days as a win bet, and then for pick 5 purposes, I've got the 1 and the 3. All right, now let's go to the next race. That next race is the 8th race, and that's a mile on the dirt, and this is also for claimers, which a couple races ago they were claiming race. This is 20,000 condition claimers, non-winner of 3. Not a lot of exciting horses to really talk about here in this race. I do have a single that I'm taking a shot on here. That would be the 8 horse, who is the Big Wham for Doug O'Neill. And I'm going to make a win bet on the Big Wham as well. This horse is 6-1 in the program. Antonio Fresu takes the call. Now, I'm singling this horse here. The Big Wham really was a nice horse a couple years back. Showed a lot of promise. Ran in Kentucky in a maiden race at Keeneland, came second, and ended up going in that stake race that's run during Derby week for 2-year-olds, came second in that race. And when this horse came to California, really tore it up at Del Mar with a couple nice wins. Was not good enough to run, not to win or do anything in the Del Mar Futurity, but ran in that race and kind of split the field. And then, something happened because this horse has only run once in 2023, and then this year they brought the horse out. This horse has run with much tougher horses, and just has run some even races. This horse gets a lot of class relief today. Now they're running him for 20,000, so O'Neill's throwing it out there and saying, come claim him if you think so. But these connections that he's training for have been around the game for a long time, so they know how it's played. And Big Wham is probably not what he once was, but I feel like should be good enough in this race. Now they're running a mile. They tried him last time at a mile in a California allowance race, and I thought the horse ran a nice race. There was some very fast fractions. This horse trailed way back and made a nice move. And I think, this horse is going to be kind of dependent on a fast pace, which I think might be, and, that the horses won't finish, which they may not finish either. So I think the Big Wham is a win bet here for me. 6-1, I'd love it. I'll take it, and I'm going to single the Big Wham in the pick 5. So let's go now to the last race of the day, which is the 9th race. This is a 50,000 maiden claimer at a mile and an 1/8 on the grass. And, this is a collection of horses that, were probably, had some high promise. Like, for example, the one horse cost $900,000 at auction at one time. And, they're giving up pretty quickly on this horse. The horse ran 3 times in the maiden special weights, and then they dropped the horse into 50. I don't know, the horse didn't really do much there, and they're putting him back into 50, 5-1. J.J. Hernandez for John Sadler, you can keep that. Not interested. If this horse gets bet on, better for us if we, have a pick 5 alive here in the last leg. I've got 3 horses here to try to cap off this pick 5. I've got the 3 horse When Heroes Fly. This horse coming out of the George Papadromo barn. This horse has been running in the maiden 50 level. And running some decent races. Certainly looks like this horse is, tries to win and then just doesn't get it done in the stretch. But, as we see in these 50,000 maiden claiming races, that, these horses take turns beating each other. And maybe if you can get a good trip, it might give you an advantage in the stretch where you finish up. I think that Diego Herrera has been riding, pretty well at this meet and certainly given his best efforts. And I think, he'll give this horse a good ride here at 4-1. So I got the 3 horse When Heroes Fly. And I've got the 4 horse also Baldoro out of Leonard Powell barn. This horse also been running in the in this level in these California open company, but maiden grass races for $50,000. And this horse has run some even races as well. This horse's last race that he ran, it seemed like the horse was really ready to win that day. He was really intent on going to the lead, but ended up getting hooked and they put some fast fractions on, and this horse held on to come third. Was only beaten half a length in a race that really could have fallen apart. So looks like they're taking the blinkers off. Maybe that horse was too keen that day, it looked like. So they were taking the blinkers off, and Maldonado gets back on him, and it's a eighth of a mile longer, which I don't know that'll really hurt this horse. This horse is bred, to certainly like the distance. It's just a matter of, can't be so keen and go so fast early. So this horse, I think, can get something done here. That's the 4 Beldoro. And then I'm going to put the 5 in, who is Dealer Special. This horse is coming off a long layoff. Richie Baltus trains this horse. Now, Baltus, he's back this year. He'd come off a suspension himself on whatever he did, I don't know. But he was a suspension, but he's back now. And it took him a while to get started. He didn't really win too much at the winter part of the Santa Anita meet, but he's been winning now in the spring meet here. And, he's come with horses who have come off layoffs, as have won. They've been training at San Luis Rey, which is where Baltus trains. So I don't know. I think this horse kind of fits that profile of races that he's been winning. We get 5-1, and Rispoli's on the horse. Rispoli has won some races for Baltus as well. That seemed to be his main guy to get it done. So I've got the 5 horse, who is Dealer Special in this race. Let's recap here. So we've got a pick 5 ticket, which is small today, but you know what? You can always pull out a winner out of that. So it starts in the 5th race. We've got the 1-2 with the 2-6 with the 1-3, and in that 7th race, I got a win bet on the 3. And then the 8th race is a single of the 8, the big wham. Got a win bet on the big wham as well. And then capping off the day with the 3, 4, and the 5. So that ticket today for 50 cents, that's a $12 ticket. If you want to add or subtract, feel free to do so. Or if you want to play it a couple times, you want to do that as well. And what I also suggest is playing pick 3s or pick 4s within that sequence as well. That could pay off for you. So, as always, I wish you the best luck. I wish you best trips. Let's get some good trips, and that gives us good luck. And good racing for today. Please hit the subscribe button, like or dislike. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing all comments. Thank you very much for watching.